When you're in high school, an assembly is always some jackass with no life coming in to tell you what you should do with your life. Don't think these thoughts, don't use these substances, and do not perform these activities. People you really want to invite to a party, you know? A waste of time every time, guaranteed. But now, for the first time, I was going to an assembly where I actually thought it would matter. So they call us into the lecture hall and we sit down, and up at the front are all the important teachers, the department heads or whatever. And they have some news. Up until then, the illustration program was a 3-year course, but starting now, it would be a full 4-year bachelor's degree. Now that much we knew, but what we did not know, or had forgotten going through our drug-fueled, hormone-addled, sleep-deprived routine, was that we now had to make a choice. Where once you would pick and choose the classes you wanted to try and specialize the way that you could, now our entire program would be divided into 2 streams, and you had to go all in, either interpretive or technical. What, you may ask, is the difference? It's all illustration. It's just drawing pictures. Anyone who can draw one picture can surely draw another. Right? Holy shit, no. Allow me to explain. Technical illustration is architectural drawings, medical drawings, mechanics, biology, informational design, simplifying pertinent data and conveying it to the audience without sacrificing accuracy. It's explaining how the world works. It is, in short, any picture that can be right or wrong. Interpretive is everything else. Editorial pieces, book covers, posters, comics, all the rest of it. It's the artist interpreting the world as they see it, or a feeling, or an idea. It's the vast majority of illustration, but being more artsy defies simple definition, and so can only be defined by not being its counterpart. Interpretive is, simply put, anything that is not technical. Now let's all pretend for just a second that we don't all know already which stream I ended up choosing. I was not yet Technical Dave. I was just Dave. No, not that one, the other Dave, yeah, the blonde one. And also I was confused, torn between 2 things I loved the idea of very much and would shape my entire future. I've always been of 2 minds. I tell stories, I make comics and cartoons, and I want to express myself and bare my soul to the world. I can't help but do it, and I have always done it since I was very, very young. And yet, I analyze, and I need to know how things function, how the world works, in a much more literal sense than social interaction. I was making building layouts and schematics for things both real and imagined back even when I was making those crude proto-comic strips, and now I had to choose between them. I could only pick one, and it would be my career, and I'd better be good at it. I needed advice. I sought the wisdom of my various instructors, but I realized after speaking with each of them that they'd all said exactly what I expected them to, and none of them helped me decide. Everyone else, it seemed, was dead set on interpretive, and thought technical was going to be boring as fuck, and also didn't really count as art somehow. I would be alone if I went there. But then, wasn't I already? My old friends had all moved on, and my new friends... Well, I didn't really have any new friends. I was just so tired of being alone. Now we all know how this ends. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, fortune favors the bold, he who dares wins, etc., etc. I leapt into the semi-unknown. I could not silence its call. I told myself that tech was something I'd need professional counsel to learn, while hopefully interpretive is something I could teach myself down the line over the years. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'd be really good at tech. Maybe I'd do both one day. But either way, I had made my choice. I ran into one of my teachers and ecstatically told him that I'd gone for tech, and he just said, "Why?" And I was filled with sudden dread. I started second-guessing myself, but then I learned I'd see a familiar face or 2 in tech with me, and it didn't seem so bad. Now maybe I would have excelled at interpretive, but at least I would never have to look back at passing up technical and wonder, what if?